Hey there, happy Training Tuesday. My name is Kim Irwin. I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne International, and I appreciate you being with me today. So how long do you want to live? Like, do you want to be young and healthy and pass? Or do you want to be older and potentially subject to diseases like neurological diseases, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, atherosclerosis, heart disease, cancers? I mean, there are all of those looming things that we think, well, when we get old, we're going to have one of those things, if not many. But on a very, very serious note, this gentleman that I mentioned, I think last week, his name is Dr. Peter Attia, Attia. He has a book that I'm listening to that I think everybody should listen to, regardless of your age. And in particular, if you're like in your late 20s, 30s, early 40s, listen to this, because that's the prime time for the information and recommendations that he makes. His book is called Outlive, one word, The Science and Art of Longevity. And this man is brilliant. Okay, and it does get a little deep, a little in the weeds in some of these things, but you can still extract the main bullet points of it. And there are a lot of them. But his main, his main thought process is so many of these diseases occur too late. Cancer in particular, Alzheimer's especially. And he's like, we've got to be able to do something preventatively. How can we be proactive and they've got all kinds of markers and different things like that you can get through blood tests. But you may be somebody who's like 40 years old, you have no idea that your genes, somewhere in your genes, and I don't mean your blue genes, there's a marker that says you're going to develop Alzheimer's. Those things exist. And I don't think I'd want to know that. I don't think I would want somebody to tell me that, because I believe that what you focus on, you get. What you think about, you bring about. So I'm not really wild about that. But what I take from what I've listened to so far in this book, which again is fantastic. I actually am listening to the audio book of it, because as you're driving around and stuff, it's great to listen to. But I also have a notebook full of notes from when I'm sitting down and I'm listening. That's how just informative this is. So my point with all of it is, if you want to live a long life and you want it to be healthy, why not start now? Maybe you even feel like you're living a very healthy life. You're exercising, you're eating well. Well, what does that mean? What are you doing that's eating well? Are you looking at your gut health? Don't forget, so many chronic diseases are a result of inflammation, acidic environments in our bodies. That's where disease loves to live and grow, and we want to avoid that. So maybe you don't make your home real comfy and cozy, so it doesn't want to come and stay for any period of time at all. So think about that. The gut health that we talk about so much right here, guys. How tough is it to pour a little packet of this stuff in once a day and think, I've done that for myself? It's not hard, and it's really not that expensive either. So, especially in terms of the expense down the road, if you're, hospitalized for something like that, or medical procedures. The other thing is the mind health. Like, he's got some pretty grim information about Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Lou Gehrig's, dementia, all these different kinds. And this one woman who was literally in her 40s came in very good health, didn't really have a big family genetic history of anything. She's got like very rare markers for early onset Alzheimer's. And she freaked out. She flipped out. Of course you would, because you're like, oh my God, that's what I'm destined for. And he's very careful to say, you may not be destined for it, okay? Especially if you do something now. So that's what I am promoting here today, okay? Take care of our health preventatively, proactively. This mind health, I take it every single day. I also take the skin elixir because exterior is just as important as the interior, right? Our skin is our largest organ. Don't forget, it's how we get toxins out of our body. But, I'm not even going to go into all of the ingredients in here. If you guys have questions about these, you're like, oh, Kim's, she's peddling the mind health again. I don't know what's in it. Find out. Ask me. I won't engage you in this long conversation. I'll shoot you a little meet the product sheet so that you can take a look at that. You can read through it, make a decision on your own. But once again, it's a little packet, a little powder packet that you just put in a shake, put in water, whatever, and drink it down. And know that at the very least, you're working on the inflammatory response, immune response, and then the mind health for your neurologic health and cognitive function and abilities. And I'm not saying this is medicine. This isn't Western medicine. This isn't approved by the FDA or anything. But what it does contain are safe, pure, and beneficial ingredients they go through a huge amount of quality control. And so you can look at each of those different ingredients and see how they've been used in ancient times to date. And Arbonne has done the work for us. They've looked at the science. They've looked at the natural, botanically based ingredients that they can provide in these types of products to help with our health. So again, you want to live a short, healthy life? You want to live a long, healthy life and avoid the long, unhealthy as much as possible? Then be preventative, be proactive, do something about it. Make sure you're getting vigorous exercise out there. Make sure you're getting good sleep. Women, you need more because our adrenals have to get rejuvenated because of all of our hormones or lack thereof. And so do the things that you can control and live a long, healthy life. Okay, that's it. That's my soapbox for today. Thank you for joining me. I will talk to you again in a week. Happy Training Tuesday.